welcome to another cube. So someone asked me to either do Reanimator or Mono Red. Now this pack doesn't actually offer a lot of those. I mean, there is Grim Lava Monster, but there's nothing for Reanimator. I am intrigued by Emrakul. Um, not sure if I want to pick it though. I think I actually am gonna go for the Grim Lava Monster and see if Mono Red is open. If it is, I'll jump into it. If it isn't, I'll still have a decent pick in Grim Lava Monster. I am passing up a Gideon though, and an Emrakul. Emrakul is just a nuts, right? But getting that amount of mana in this format. There's probably a lot of better cards than actually the Grim Lavamancer. But it is the mono red, so I'll try. If it isn't there, it isn't there, and I'll switch out of it. But let's hope it is. You never know, of course. Reanimator still is possible, but at this point it isn't there either. We get Goblin Guide and play the Geobeat. It's a good question which one is better. Probably the Goblin Guide because it's a 1-drop. Then there's a Tangle Wire we wouldn't mind seeing, Wheel, Geobeat of course, but that's about it for a mono red deck. But hammering away at the red cards, getting Goblin Guide pass, so the person straight to my right probably isn't red. I'm not sure how mono red actually works, if it is burn. I know Sulfuric Vortex is obviously the nuts. It's always gonna be the nuts. I'm not sure if I actually want to be mono red or do a splash. But Kill the Marauders, definitely a good card. It's automatically 2 damage, it's a 2 mana 3/3, so it's sometimes 5 damage, and we get a Hell Rider. Another really good card here. I wouldn't mind seeing the Arc Trail Wield. Holy shit, it's hard to spell 3 words apparently, or pronounce 3 words. Hell Rider, definitely a really fun card. And really good, of course. Was played in standard, I think. I'm actually pretty sure that it was. And just such a beating. Pretty often it's the most damage that can come in from mono red, a lot of the times. A lot with a space in between. No one in the queue that I actually know. There's a Chandra's Phoenix, but there's also Cackler. What's better? 2/2 Flyer Haze or 2/2 turn 1? I think the Cackler is better, and it's more likely that the Chandra will be able to get an Ember Hauler. Passing up on that bridge, and yay, no, just kidding. I did use that last draft though. But mono red does seem to be alive, unless someone opens really nuts cards in other packs every single time. There's Volcanic Fallout, which I don't think I'll play. I'll just pick up the Plateau just in case I splash something. Maybe Figure of Destiny and then have Ravages of War or something like that. I might splash that. But there was nothing else in that pack that I would actually play in this deck, so no point in picking it up, of course. Come on, good cards. So only one pack to see, and then the rest is the wheeling of the previous packs, which I don't think a lot of the cards are gonna come back to me. Like the first pack I had didn't even have anything in it. There's a Birthing Pot, which obviously does not fit the team. There's this figure which fits it a bit more. There's also Spear, which is actually a viable card because it gives all my creatures +1/+1. But the problem with it is that it just isn't good enough, because it's double white as well. I might pick up the Windburst Kites, and I think that's more likely to get played. None of these appeal to me. Let's pick the more annoying against me, which is Celestial Flare, I guess. So yeah, bit dried up now, but that's normal the way the packs came. There was a card out of this pack that I wouldn't have minded, but I think here it's either this or this, and I think the Rager. See, this is the issue. I think Knight of Infamy is better than the Rager, but I'm always so looking for value in cards like a Rager. While I think just on a power level to swing and attack, Knight of Infamy is obviously a better card. Because turn 1 Goblin Guy, turn 2 this means it hits for 3 because of Exalted. Pro White actually matters. Might not play it of course since it's black, but it's definitely a good card. Or good enough card to pick up there. There's Phyrexian Arena. There's also Honor of the Pure, which actually obviously doesn't work. I think Arena is fine. Drawing extra cards is always good. And then we have the Rakdos Carnarium as a fix, if need be. And the Phoenix did wheel, as anticipated. Phoenix has a higher probability of wheeling than Cackler. But this is a definite sign that no one else is actually in mono red, because he probably would have picked Chandra out of the pack. So mono red should be open, and any decent card that gets opened then it should come to me, like Sulfuric Vortex. And I can probably not splash anything. Let's hide these for now. Keep in mind that we have an Arena, we have a Knight of Infamy, but we're looking just to be a base color and play something like 16 lands only. Still one card to come, which will be, I don't know, Exploration, the nuts. What are we looking to open? Good question. Actually, I have no clue. Curse Scroll, I'll pick up, I guess. Lightning Mauler, Barbarian Ring. Maybe Fire Blast is better, probably. So pick up Fire Blasts, one of these two wheels, and pick up that one. We can also pick up Lightning Mauler and hope this wheels. But the question then is, do I rather have Fire Blast and Barbarian Ring, or Fire Blast and Lightning Mauler? And I think Fire Blast and Barbarian Ring is better. So let's pick up the Fire Blast. Interesting. Sword of Fire and Ice is really good. And despite me being mono red, I still think Sword of Fire and Ice is a better card here. Jacob Might Wheel, get on Raiders Might Wheel. I'll probably play both of them. I mean, a 3/3 for 3 in a card is actually not that bad. But just pick up the sword here for now. There's a Fire Cat, there's a Bonfire, but Fire Cat is really good in this deck. Genju of the Spires. Actually, I think this is a strong enough card to pick up. It's not that bad. It's a creature. It's a really hard hitting creature as well. It just trades off your excess lands, and when it dies, it obviously comes back to your hand. So definitely a card I undervalued for a long time. You do have to keep investing mana in it, but when you're mana flooded, the card is really good. And even, I mean, in the late game it's a 6/1 that keeps on hitting, which is pretty tough to handle for most people. At this point we'll only be playing 16 lands, of course. Still looking for some burn, haven't seen a single burn card except a Fire Blast, so no Lightning Bolt, no Chain Lightning, no Firebolt. It is Firebolt, right? You have Lightning Bolt and Firebolt, 2 mana, 1 mana, 1 damage. Arc Trail did not wheel, but that's pretty obvious. I think even a control deck would play Arc Trail, just because it's such a good card. There's a Taran Mauler. It's a 2/2 that keeps him growing. It's actually a pretty good card. There's Molten Rail and Mog War Marshal. There's also Wasteland. I guess Molten Rain over Wasteland, because it's not a land drop. That's, I don't know though. I think Molten Rain has more odds of wheeling, so picking up Wasteland is better. Now you might say, why would someone pick up Wasteland? It doesn't produce red mana in a deck that actually is pretty heavy on the reliance on red, because a lot of double reds usually, even at 2. That's true, but playing a 1-drop and then being able to wasteland your opponent's land just is more damage. And especially if you play something like a bounce land, it's also an answer to stupid cards like Maze of It. It's just an all-around good card. And if Molten Rain Wheels, we actually have, semi-land destruction plan, especially if you can get Avalanche Riders as well. Only have 12 cards at this point, 12 out of 21. Still a pack and a half to go, or a pack and a bunch, more than half actually. There's Hellspark Elemental, definitely pick up that one. Do I want a Tectonic Edge to wheel? Meh, maybe. But I doubt it won't. It'd probably be something like Bench Charm and a Cattle, I guess. Just a gamble, I don't know. Not a gamble, just a guess. Gamble is something where you have the odds of winning. Where it doesn't matter if I win here or not. There's a Goblin Cadets. It's the only red card, so I'll just pick it up. I'm not a big fan of the card though. Especially seeing that I do not have any burn to burn away my opponent's creatures, which is really, really tough for me. There's only Grim Lava Monster at this point. But I want some burn. I want some burn, burn, burn. It's decent that we have a good amount of creatures with a sword. But definitely want the Sulphuric Vortex, definitely want the Lightning Bolt, Curse Scroll. Just good cards. Also the Barbarian Ring did not wheel. Did it? Oh, we're not in that yet. 15. No, it should be this pack or the next one. No, it's this pack. So Barbarian Ring did wheel, and Lightning Mauler wheeled, but I still think I don't know. Tar Mauler haste. Rest has haste, but is it any good here? Is it better than Barbarian Ring? I don't think it is. I don't know. It's a creature. It's a creature with haste. It's a creature that gives haste to the rest. Yeah, let's go with Lightning Mauler. I think it's a bit better than having a mountain with an added side effect when you have Threshold. Just a 2-1 that can give other creatures haste. Get Raiders Wield and Jackal I'll pick up Jackal because then I can cut the cadets. Someone said something on Skype. Nope, not gonna answer. Bonfire, I guess I won't play though. What did he say? Okay. Nothing important, nothing actually that matters. Goblin Cadets, yeah, it's just a bad card. I don't actually want to play with it, but we'll see. Gotta keep in mind that I have an extra card actually there. Actually forgot now what I wanted to wheel, if I wanted anything to wheel at all. I made a guess on what should wheel when there were 2 cards left. So I also find it weird that if you do not get your next pack, you should be able to see the remaining cards of the previous pack. That you have an idea what got passed and a longer time to look at it. I'll pick up Skeletal Scrying, doesn't actually matter. I pick up Underground Sea just to annoy someone that it didn't wheel. And I'll pick up Bloodghast, I guess. The Welder did wheel. Wow, I was totally wrong about that pack. I was not anticipating, but I was like Wildneck Cattle or Bench Charm, I think. But I guess no one is artifact based. We get a Thunder Blast, which is a pretty fun card. I guess I'll play it. I mean, it's the only red card here. There's also Graven Cairns, but I'm not planning on going black. There's Empty the Baron's Wheel, Fortune, but there's Hell's Thunder. Hell's Thunder definitely the pickup here. Pretty good card. I mean, hitting for 4 and then later on hitting for another 4. The same as Hellspark, of course, but flying being a better evasion trample. Definitely not a card I want to remove with Grim Lava Monster. There's a Wildfire, there's a Dreadboard, there's a Skull Clamp. I think Skull Clamp has to be the pick here. It's a really good equipment to go onto some creatures. And when they die, I draw extra cards. I think it's better than Bone Splitter here, so it's also a pump. And there's a Stormkirk Noble. Wow, nice one. So drafting mono red, how boring. Nah, just kidding. But I just don't like playing it most of the time. I mean, I understand that it's pretty strong. And with pretty strong, I mean really strong. It's just not my cup of tea. So Skull Clamp has value with Health Spark Elemental, Health Thunder. It says when it dies. So it has to be put into a graveyard, and then the second effect actually exiles it. Is it exiled from the graveyard? That's a good question. Or if it would leave the battlefield. Ah, god damn it, I couldn't read it. I guess Chaos Warp. Won't play it. Come on, give me the full text. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. Or if it would leave the battlefield. So yeah, it's an instead effect. So I cannot draw cards from it with Skull Clamp. But I can draw cards from Ember Hauler, kill the Marauders when they die. I can use it to get rid of Jackal Pup, Lightning Mauler. The very first time I have to sacrifice these, then it works. Restrain Firecats, stuff like that. Skull Clamp is actually pretty good with, and you know, just in mono red deck, you actually expend a lot of your cards, and then being able to use your excess mana to pump your creature or just drawing cards from it before it dies. By killing it yourself, of course. It's really, really nice. Thunderblast is a 7-2 haste and then a 6-1 haste trample. I'm not sure if that's so good. We can make it an 8-1 haste, then it dies, then it comes back. Okay, got it. Interesting. There's Siege Gang Commander, which I think is a strong card. There's also Greater Gargadon. Not too sure about Chandra. I don't think Chandra is good here. The question is Siege Gang Commander or Greater Gargadon. I think Greater Gargadon is a better card with cards like Hellspark Elemental and Hell's Thunder. And it's just a really big strong creature. Where I can sacrifice excess lands again to just bring it in and then start smashing with a 9/7. So we're still looking for 3 cards. Wow. Despite probably being the only one in mono red, I'm still lacking cards. Now we still have 9 picks to go, but having to pick up 3 cards out of those, that seems hard. We obviously have the other 2-1 to play. There is a black card which I won't play because I'm actually gonna go mono red here. Yeah, if I went Barbarian Ring over Lightning Mauler, I would be even more stuck on land. So that's annoying. And we get a Thundermaw Hellkite. Yay. Pretty good card. 5/5 Flyer Haste, great finisher. Great against stupid flying token decks as Lingering Souls. Obviously it was a monster in standard. And we finally get a Chain Lightning. So one more card and it could even be the Siege Gang if it wheels. Don't think I'll see another pack. No, it'll be my first pack again. So no Curse Scroll, no Sulfuric Vortex, only a single burn without the Fire Blast counted, of course. So pretty creature-based red. Chandra's Phoenix has little to no added value. It doesn't trigger on Grim Lava Monster, right? It's dealt damage by a writ instant or sorcery, so no. That would be a pretty sick combo else if it did. Like Grim Lava Monster with Chandra's Phoenix. But I mean a 2/2 Flying Haste is usually strong enough because your opponent is already dealing with your little shit that you're just gonna smash him with bigger shit. Kill the Marauders, Skull Clamp actually, yeah, decent. I guess I'll pick this up. I have 2 white figs and it's not a bad card. But it's not a card I'll play. I won't splash for such low value. Wheel of Fortune versus Empty Awareness versus Relic. Wheel of Fortune seems like a good card on paper, but it isn't. I'm just gonna go for the Relic. We get a Bone Splitter. I guess I'll play that if I am searching for the 23rd card. Definitely want the Siege Gang to get there because I'll play that over Bone Splitter, I guess. But having triple equipment with 17 creatures isn't that bad. It just isn't that great either. You rather have this be a Lightning Bolt or Burst Lightning. Sadly enough, Burst Lightning was in the same pack as Chain Lightning. Actually haven't seen a lot of Lightning Bolt. I'm not sure if it's in the cube still. It has to be, right? Like, why wouldn't Lightning Bolt be in the cube? So there probably is a blue-red player as well, who has Arc Trail and some amount of burn as removal. Has a Burst Lightning, probably Prophetic Bolt, stuff like that. Which I guess will be a pretty bad matchup for me, blue-red. Because they can burn your early creatures and then have a decent amount of control over the board with blue. Teen Street Hooligan, wow, Siege Gang did wheel, nice. Dull Knight Hermit, don't care. So this is how the deck will be, I think. I'll go over it in a small second if I actually want to change anything. But I will play 17 lands with the Wasteland and having 3 5-drops. I have ways of using the excess mana anyway. So add that, add this, get rid of this shit, add this, bounce back converts mana cost, do not want the bonfire, do not want the chaos warp, do not want the cadets, not want the welder, and do not want the Teen Street. That's it, right? So out of non-creatures we have these. Yeah, seems good. Bone Splitter over Genju. And I think if I do play 16 Mountains, Genju is obviously a really good card. So I'll just add 16 lands. Yeah, I'm not gonna add a Swamp just because I play Cackler. Yeah, looking really good. I am gonna wait a bit to submit because when I do click submit, people will realize that I have a really aggressive deck or not a hard way to build. But I'll see you guys. I'll cut the video here and see you guys for the first round anyway. See ya.